sliding by. Notice I'm picking this up at the point of release. His knee points to where the kick's going, right there. Just nudging it aside to the side. Bringing this leg in, help get you clear of the line. Careful. Bend over on this. Giri, suriage. Any questions? Pedals. Am I kicking it? No. We can do that. Up from underneath. Inside of the wrist. Elbow high. Let your hips move. Your hips are going to feel like they want to move here as this comes up. So my hips going right underneath. He's striking here. Yokomenuchi, ukenagaeshi. Any questions?
You want the 10 count as well, right, Sensei?
Jack.
Hey. Just putting them both together. Good posture. Hands in front of me. Even here, hands in front.
Ooh.
Matrix.
That far. Right, Giri. Yokomenuchi. Any questions?
So the suriage is not like a complete, or the other one we brought up.
Nope, we're just taking the line. Yep.
Okay.
And you want to make sure you're taking the line on this. If you notice he's having a hard time getting that yokomen off.
Yes.
And the reason why is because we're redirecting his whole. There we go, right there. It's just like when we did the Kizumekowski.
Yeah.
That first one, if we set that first one off, right, look, there's his center line, it's over there now. It makes it harder to get that power punch off, makes it hard to get it off accurately, which allows us to take the deflection earlier in that, because it's not going in the right place.
Off point, but when we did Kizumekowski, I get that, you know, a little sukakiri, we rotate them, and then there's another deflection. Could you go into a ukenagaeshi after that? I'm not asking you to do that, but is that...
You're talking about off this?
No,
yeah, off the Kizumekowski, yeah, we can.
Yeah, yeah, I think we did last week.
Did we do that?
We did, yeah.
Really.
In fact, it's pretty brutal. It's pretty fast. It's pretty tight. You almost don't have to step aside on that variation.
I'm feeding myself
Because, and this is actually the same thing. If you look at this, right, I'm going to do slow. Here, right, here, and I come up underneath. Look, he's sideways here. I haven't stepped off the line. I can enter in on this.
And as my head bounces off the floor.
This is putting uke in a position to do technique more than me into a position to do technique.
So Riminage I always see coming straight on, right? But so you're saying you can do that when he's rotated to the side?
You can.
I
He's not going to like it.
Yeah, no, I get it, and I don't want you to do that, but I just sort of trying to process it in my head.
Yeah, in fact, most of the time we'll tell, like for instance, Rod will allow that to cross over this way so he can stay nice and square and take the ukemi on that a little bit better. Someone on the street, that's exactly what we were showing you there. That's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to cartwheel him. He's going to go, whoop. It's not going to be nice. It's not going to be pleasant. We don't want to do that in here because we don't want anyone to get hurt. But for instance, if we were doing this nice and slow, here, if you watch Rod, I have him, boom, here. But if you notice, he's nice and square. He's slightly turned, but he's nice and square here. So he can come right up. Handle that ukemi. But most people on the street are really trying to hit you there, especially trying to recorrect on that. They're twisted up. They're going to end up sideways on that. And you, on the street, you do iriminage exactly the way we do it. The fact that he doesn't know the ukemi is not your fault.
Thank you.
Especially if he's trying to hurt you. If he was trying to pet your dog and you didn't like it, well, that's different.
Don't jump the gun is what they say.
Okay?
So quick question on my giri suriage. Are we turning the wrist outward a little bit to catch
Absolutely.
A little bit of that.
Yes,
A little bit of that.
absolutely.
Not that.
I will always move with the line of the attack. Any of the suriages, it's really hard on your forearm. If you take this here, you'll notice I roll all of this, so I take any of the impact on both the meaty part of the arm, and it's both bones. It's taking the impact of both the bones. And when you do this, it slides very nicely. So I don't know if it's because I have hairy arms or whatever, but all the attacks, it doesn't matter which one it is. This is, there, you can see that stops it, right there, right? That's that straight on. You can see it's kind of digging in a little bit. It's not bad, but it's kind of digging in. We get 3 or 4 into this, it's going to start turning red and it's going to start bothering me. But here, you can see that one there, it just slides right by. There's a slight turn on that. Even ukenagaeshi works that same way. If we're doing ukenagaeshi and I'm just picking this up here, boom, here, you can see it's more on the outside bone, and then I roll this. There's nothing wrong with that, that works. But if you actually do this, over just so you can see, there's a neat little trick to doing this where you can make this super tight by actually trying to deflect on the inside bone. So it comes in here, inside bone. Look how tight I am on this. Already I'm in position. So if you angle, now the suriage, we angle this way, ukenagaeshi, angle that way. So if you notice, you're always coming, dissipating the energy on both bones, and if you get that aligned nicely, it snaps right into position. Right. Does that answer your question? Any other questions? My giri, Yokomenuchi.
Frank's on. Jack's on. Jack, Frank, Jack's on.
Come on, Sam. Sorry. I pulled that in.
snapping the elbow. This is this could very well be koshi, Ryan. But instead, I'm bringing his balance through his elbow out over his foot. There we go. He's just on the side of his foot here, and I'm snapping this down. Suriage. Be careful when you're doing this. The distance, again, distance becomes an issue on all of the double deflections because the first deflection is going to set him offline. It's going to redirect his center and his second punch. Right? So here, oh, there. See where this is going? Look, distance here. I need to play with this. So, funakogi, slide in here. This transition, I have a laser pointer in my belly button. It's pointed directly at my uke. As I come here, I should be pointed almost in the same direction, or if you notice our two centers or direction of the attack with my center should meet somewhere out in front, just crossing. Not sharply, just crossing. This will allow this ukenagaeshi. I'm just gonna bring my elbow in and roll it right around. And now from here, I can drop in funakogi ichi. And redirect, close that gap. I'm just gonna play up this with you. Close that gap as we come in. We're nice and tight here. Boom. Take his balance. Don't try to throw sumi otoshi straight down right here. I need to get his balance out over his supporting leg first. There it is right there. And now just slide that right down. Okay? My giri, yokomenuchisumi otoshi. Any questions? Items.
Seems easy.
Time's out.
Same attack. Yeah.
Do you notice the theme?
Yes. I'm gonna be in pain most of the day.
The position of the body movement, footwork, is all the same as what we just did. Come around. Instead of going after the elbow, I'm actually going right after the jaw. Nodo tsukiage comes up this way, here. Now, you can punch him in the neck. It doesn't always work, and it might not get you the result that you're looking for. So there's another level of control. Instead of punching him in the neck, we're actually coming up and picking up the jaw here. Watch, I'm going to turn him around. I turn him around simply by just turning my hand over. You can steer him. It doesn't matter. You can grab anybody. Grab them right here, just like this. So I'm pinching in right here on the jaw, and now I'm just going to rotate this so my fingers are pointing down, and it will turn him the other way. Now, once you add a little bit of motion to that, it makes that nice and tight. Okay? And there's two ways to do this. I'm holding on to that hand so that he has to break fall over this. You can release that hand if you need to do a nice roll out of it. Here, this lower hand, I'm going to release the lower hand and bring that down, and he can roll right out of it. Now, you want to make sure you're steering him. You're putting him in position to take ukemi or face plant into the ground. This is the way we want this. Here, just like this. And then I'm going to release this hand here, in position, turn, just move in with that. Moving with my center. It's not shot putting his head, moving with my center. I want my whole center against his jaw. tighter with the break fall. I'm just going to hold on to this. And make him go over that. Now I can let him go here or pin him. My giri, Yokomenuchi, nodo tsukiage. Any questions?
Doing great. Doesn't he do a great nodo tsukiage?
Yeah.
As I come around, thumb down. We'll do kaitenage off that. We don't generally do kaitenage, but I walk straight off nikyo.
Yay!
So we're going to show you the transition off that. So this is the same entry. Drop into shikaku no kamae here. Thumb down, and I'm going to pivot around my elbow, not around my shoulder. If I'm going around my shoulder, we're going to do this, right? Yes! You notice you can get a shot off. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm coming around, dropping my elbow, so his arm is always in between both of us. At the same time, I can drop straight down because I have the angle. From this position here, I'm just going to rotate my hand sideways, so I'm gripping his index finger and his pinky. Roll this up here, and then I'm going to tenkan. So we're both facing the same direction. I'm going to cut this down and around, keeping the lock on the fingers here, and we're driving through kaitenage.
So for those of you thinking of doing a takedown or a kick from there, don't forget he has your fingers.
It's pretty brutal, and the fewer fingers you have, the more effective this is, the more compliant he is going to be. So try to grab all of them. There's a good chance you'll miss one of them or sometimes two of them. Just keep that in mind as you're starting to torque. We want to make sure that it's safe for uke. Here, there's our nikyo. Back up around this way. I'm going to tenkan in. Now you have all kinds of time on this yubidori, but notice where the yubidori is pointed. It's off my opposite shoulder, so he's crossed up here. He can't punch me. I do need to be aware of the kick. Okay? But that, if I have this yubidori properly, even if he gets this off, there's not going to be a lot of power because he can't rotate his hip properly.
And you're going to be gone in.
And yeah, we're not camping here. We're like, hey, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty good.
How's your sister? Right? We don't want to sit here and camp. Don't do this. It goes to the opposite shoulder. This is our deflection line. We're just staying on that deflection line. Okay? Now I'm going to tenkan right here and disappear behind him. I can cut this down to kaitenage.
Yes.
So we come around, there's my nikyo. And once you have that locked up, you have lots of time. He's not going to go anywhere. Okay? Any questions?
We have seen where you look the guy square in the eye, right, and maybe kick him in the Kentucky. We have seen that somewhere, haven't we?
Yeah, we have some throws off. I think I need to change hands. There's a fantastic yubidori throw. I would need to change right here.
Yeah.
Oh no, I had it right. There's that one, which is fantastic. You can use that. And that comes up on the same side, so if you want to throw that, you can.
Rather than just doing a nikyo.
Right. Yeah, instead of doing that kaitenage, the position's just about the same. So we can show that again without confusing the hands. Here, nikyo. Turn this over this way. And now I'm going to use this straight arm. Because I have this locked up, he can't rotate in, so I can step straight in here without worrying about him punching me in the face. Here, this way. And now I'm just bringing that down.
I don't like this one.
It is, it's brutal. And excellent with Kevin.
So, pardon me if I goof up my names for techniques, but when you have the yubidori out here, it almost seems like you could do like a shinonage.
You can.
When you go underneath.
Yeah, you can.
I'm sorry, Rod. I didn't mean it for this to happen to you.
I didn't mean for this.
It's in the quest of,
Look what you made me do
it's
to
the
you
quest
again.
of knowledge.
Higher learning.
Higher learning.
Funny, what's happening here is everyone's starting to figure out, these are all Legos.
Yeah.
Every one of these pieces, we can pop a piece out and put another piece on top of it. Replace it with something different. And this goes from the deflections to the positioning, to shikaku no komai, to nikyo and sankyo and yonkyo. If they're common positions, we can unplug one piece and put another piece in. And that's all we're doing here, right? Did you ever?
Yeah, I was just wondering that yubidori throw that you do where you're stepping in, placing your hand in the elbow. Can you do that from the outside? Or do you have to change hands?
It works really effective on the inside. I don't know, I haven't done it on the outside. Let's play with that a little bit. What was I doing on this one?
Shihonage.
Oh, the shihonage, right. So, and we do this is pretty common, right? Here's my nikyo. Here's my yubidori. I'm gonna grab over the top. And here's my shihonage.
Okay, thank you.
So, yep, you can transition. It depends. Do you want to go inside? Do you want to go outside? Do you want to bring him down, or do you want to go underneath it? It's your choice. It's shikaku no kamai with the yubidori, and take your pick.
Let's just leave it as a smorgasbord of pain.
So it started out as my giri, Yokomenuchi, nikyo, and kaitenage, but feel free. Anything you want to add on to the end of that, let me know what you come up with. Any questions? Any other questions? I know so.
Very good.